because I wanted to, after a long day of running around, something was weighing heavily on my heart. And so I wanted to give you all a tip, right? So my professionals out there that are trying to break into a company, get their foot in the door, this is something that I would like you all to think about and also to try to avoid. Just be, awareness is very important while you're on your job search. So I want to give you a scenario, right? Let's say we had 2 job seekers, right? And one of them submitted for a position. This person was completely qualified. They checked all the boxes, and we were looking for a second candidate just to be able to present them to our client. The second candidate was about 70% qualified, still had a lot of potential. We asked the candidate to update their resume just a couple of times because what do? We're your advocates, right? So after you get past the screening and we feel like, wow, you're the best, we see that you're checking all the boxes. And not only that, we don't hire people on paper, we hire the human, right? So after we get through all this vetting process and we see that you're shining, and if we're having an opportunity for you that's with a client, we want to make sure that you look as best as possible. So we'll prepare you for your interview. Part of that is making sure that your resume aligns with the person that you are, with your skills, what you've done. So it is very clear that someone wants to be, that someone's very interested in you. So this other candidate that was at a 70% qualification level, we said, let's update your resume to do this. Update your resume, quantify this information, show that what you've done is in line with the job description. Customize it, which is what you should do every time you submit to a job. I know filling out your information over and over again is annoying. I know, because I have been rejected probably from at least 400 jobs. I know this because I have several emails when I was younger, but I can be obsessive. My determination is something that's out of this world. But that's what I want to share with you all. We have 2 great candidates. One just needs a little bit of a push, needs a little extra, tender love. And unfortunately, this candidate came back. This is a high-level role. This candidate came back and said, I'm going to decline this offer because I am this superstar. I am all these great things. So they got offended by us helping them. The point is, if you have someone that's trying to help you, present you, they already know that you're great. They already know you're awesome. You don't need to go to the extreme and unfortunately, I want to let you all know, this is about facts, feelings, and also tough love, and also improvement. The only reason that I want to hold people accountable, make them aware of how they kind of disqualify themselves. And in this scenario, we explain to this person, we know what our client needs. We know that we'll employ you based on our client's requirements. We already know that you're great. That's why we chose you, because we wanted to move forward with you because of how awesome you were. Now we're trying to get your resume to reflect that. And unfortunately, the person had a sense of entitlement. It's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. And I want everyone to be aware of, when you're talking to a recruiter, you should not get that, you should not come across as, hey, I'm familiar with you, all right? You should not come across as like, oh, we're buddy-buddy now, right? I can say whatever I want, do whatever I want. That recruiter is deciding, should you go with this client or maybe another 30 clients? They're looking to place you in a job that's meaningful to you, and you also are fulfilling a need for the client. So whether you're working for us directly or we're the ones that you need to go through in order to be presented to our client, we are only ever hoping and wishing that you're the one. We want you to be Neo, okay? We're Trinity. We know you're Neo, but if you show up not looking that way. And it's really just, unfortunately, you've lost your opportunity. That person declined the opportunity that they were qualified for, they were good enough for, and we just wanted to help them look better. So I want you all to be aware of, if an employer is asking you, can you please just update your resume, because you're a great contender. Update your resume. That's what you should be doing anyway, but they're giving you a chance, an opportunity to do so. Really, you should have no feelings of entitlement, or you shouldn't feel like you're being rubbed the wrong way. That is called help. That is called, wow, we're interested in this person. So not only should they be showing you interest, but you need to show interest too, all the way to the end. And even if you get hired or not, your first impression is very important. You want to stay at the top of someone's mind and say, wow, even that, like good sportsmanship, right? Even though that person didn't make it, wow, he or she, I'm thinking down the road, because of their great personality and they're a go-getter, I might want to hire them down the road. So please be careful with attitudes. Make sure that you're being respectful, whether it's a direct employer, whether it's a staffing company, because remember, staffing companies will be your employer until a client decides to hire you. So you get benefits. There's no difference except, hey, the company, the employer, the name changes. So just be careful what you're doing out there, because you can disqualify yourself from a really great role that you want and that you also need and the client needs. So I appreciate you listening, and I hope that this helps with making some changes.